Alrighty, who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Megan. Let's take a look. Alrighty, are you sculpting backwards? Yes, you are. Megan, Megan, Megan. I do not know what to do with you. Oh yeah, the eyes. Okay. Preview. Alrighty, so let's get rid of the cow. Let's get rid of that. Alrighty, and let's focus on the head. Okay, so overall impression, we need to fill this area in. Right, so basically all we need to do is just get our brush, fill, and then redynamesh it, and then it'll fill all that in. Not sure what happened there, but good thing we got dynamesh. That's weird. Alrighty, so again, you have the issue most others do, which is that everything's coming to a point on the head, right? So we know from looking at the skull in class that that's more the shape of the brow, right? With the glabella leading and the brows catching up. Okay. And the widest part is the back third. Yours is pretty much back third and beyond. So it needs to come back after that back third. Move all this out. It feels like his head's leaning back, so I'm going to fix that by just moving all this forward. And he's got to have a bat chin. And looking down from the bottom, we should see somewhat of a horseshoe type structure. Fernando's, what's going on? Thanks for joining the stream. So we can get our chin right there. Get the ledge of the chin. Bring that back. And now this angle is pretty good. Just bring it down a bit more. And we need an indication of an Adam's apple, right? And we need enough neck in there for him to move and articulate and all that stuff. Okay. So next what I'm going to do is knock in this orbital socket a bit more. And get this going. Where are the eyes? Where are they? There we go. I think these are slightly off as well. So I'm going to mirror weld these. Yeah, they were off. Okay. And they are also too big. Okay, so we will squeeze them down because remember we got to have enough room for the eye socket, the muscle, the fat, the tendons, all that stuff, all that good stuff. That all wraps around the eye. Right? So we can't fill the socket with the entire eyeball, right? And we can go back here, turn off transparency, get my form soft brush, build back over, redynamesh smooth, and get that going. Okay. And we need the malar eminence, which is going to be right around there. And then the zygomatic itself. And then temporalis going into the zygomatic, right? And there we go. Um, a little bit too much on the zygo. So make sure that we got that front plane right there. Okay, and again, we have the glabella leading, right? And we can get this square look of the skull out of there. Inferior margin right there. And build all this up. Smooth it out. And there we go. And we got a little wobble here in the jaw, so just gonna fix that. And add that in there. And we can give them a little bit more length back here, just a little. And now we can knock in that, get the Adam's apple. And it's going to be, top third, bottom third of the neck. Then we can get the sternomito in there. And you can see how the neck's going in like this. So we need to move that out. Move that out. Fill this in. And just make sure we don't have a blocky head. And fill that in. Most of the mass on the masseter is going to be right there. Right. A little bit straighter. And bring that in. A little bit more. You can see how much space we have here. We can bring that forward. And we want to make sure that the zygomatic is the widest part, not the temple. Okay. And then after that, we can just accentuate it. See, knock that back and build it up. Do, do, do. and build that up a bit more. I just don't want the eyes to feel like they're bulging out of the head. I want there to be enough orbit covering the eye. And make sure we don't hit or start losing our landmarks. There. That. And for orbital furrow is what I'm going for. Cancel tendon, cancel tendon. Make sure we still have this this superior lateral side, right, of our orbit. Still want to keep it there. And make sure we don't have any weird wobbling going on in the bony areas. And probably bring that back a little bit. Alrighty. Something like that. And then get our move brush, AccuCurve, the Batman, the Batman. Okay. So I'll try to get up to this point where you have all your landmarks in there and all that. And just make sure you're adhering to the rules. Like proportions is just as important. So make sure you're studying that. And that way you can have a little bit more confidence on where these things are placed and how much space they should take up. And especially your depth. Make sure you try to study that, get the skull in the classroom, and just see all the differences, the contrasts of depth. Okay, and this sternocleidomastoid's all types of messed up. Look at that long ass neck. Bring that up. Thicken it up a bit. Bring that back. And again, if we want him to seem like he's muscular and large and all that stuff, we just gotta widen this sternomino. I mean, in terms, and I'm just talking about the neck and stuff. We just gotta make sure it's wide enough, at least as wide as the jaw or more, if you really want to sell that. Like if you're, the Hulk or Colossus or any of those type of guys, or even Superman has it as well. If you're just trying to sell that muscular type body style. Right? And trying to fix this orbital furrow here is a little wonky. A little wonky. Something around there. Yep. Alrighty. So let me get this chin a bit wider, actually. Bothering me. Or if we want to sell that masculinity, we have that little bow right there. And just make sure that's all separated. I really enjoy going over these things, like, and repeating like this information in terms of sculpting, because I get to experiment with representing shapes with different types of brush strokes and approaches and all that stuff. So it is pretty helpful. Get to see what works, what doesn't. And separation between the chin and the lip. Make sure you have that. Right there. Get that. Pressure. Do. Think about it alone, you know. There we go. Okay. Right, there we go. And make sure that these depressor muscles don't go over. Okay. They go underneath this fat muscle right here. And now we can bring this out a bit more. And I think we need to add a bit of roundness right here. It's a little bit too flat. And oops, let's get our pen, mask pen. See if this will work. And let's see, let's get this clip curve. Something like that. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel me? Do you hear me? All right. There we go. And we can even bring this face down even more. Bring that nose down. All this down. Right, because we want the bottom of the nose to line up with the bottom of the zygomatic right here. Right there. Bring that back. Da 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 da. Something like that. Something like that. All right. So let's see who is next.